Good morning, everybody. I'm just getting set up right now. Just bear with me 1 second. Let me get this going here, and then we'll be good to go. Just get to it here. Well, this was all supposed to be, there it is. And boom, 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 boop, 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 boop. Yay. All right, let's do it. Okay, cool. surprised that we're seeing silver down so much. But you got right to the top, and that was it, huh? It's interesting that you stopped. That's your divergence too. That's it. Pretty interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's it. I thought for sure you had a shot at going a little higher now. Maybe you need to rest a little bit. Certainly not long-term bullish now. Is it? Okay. I am going to have to wrap up at 9 today too. Just keep going here. I thought this was interesting. I had some things I really wanted to go over today, but I did think this was worth our time. Still below the 200. You're still above this. And I think that's really interesting. You did a pretty pivotal moment for it. And the fact that MSTR just does not care is actually kind of scary to me for MSTR shareholders. Not to me, but like another thing that you could see a lot of today, you could see a lot of names, a lot of retail names really getting hit hard today. As people just get out of the way because they don't want to play around with the chances that this deal doesn't go or whatever the heck's going to happen. But that could be a thing today. So, keep that in mind. You're seeing a lot of these names that you guys trade, like these little guys, you're seeing them break out. I do think there's something to that. I'm definitely not going to say that there's not. I would focus on where the strength is right now. I would look at that strength report I did last night. So I'll put that one out there. I would definitely look at that. I really think that the names to look at are going to be more on the more on the space and defense names. You gotta bear with me today. I'm cloudy. I got food poisoning last night, so I slept like crap. So let's see here. So just bear with me. A little foggy. Trying to get the cobwebs out. I think these kinds of names, I think the AVAV, I think this kind of stuff looks super interesting. I know a lot of people are looking at this stuff going, oh, it's over. All I can think about is Rambo. Nothing is over. Nothing. I don't really think this stuff's over. I think far from it. And I would zoom out, when in doubt, like zoom out, look at the charts. I think some of this stuff really got ahead of itself yesterday with the STX, the WDC. It's very clear that people started wrapping storage in the memory. And I would be in the memory, not the storage. That's kind of where my head would be with it. I think that's pretty clear, and go from there, as far as names. The other thing I would say is nothing really matters for us until we can get through this. So you have your level here, and I'm going to double check it because I'm sure it's right where it is. I'm sure that's the level. And I think that that's really what we have to pay attention to, but I think you're still at 627 and the put wall's at 610. So you're really like against it here, man. Like you're really against it. So, also make sure you're getting the free newsletter. I'm going to start being way more active on Substack, and maybe that's going to lead over to Twitter, but you want to be on Substack because there's going to be more like free stuff on there. I think that that's a much better forum for getting stuff across. The Twitter's just, every time it turns around, it's like I could be talking about stocks. Next thing you know, they're hitting me with like political stuff. Like it's crazy. I'm just over it. So I think this is a real problem here. That's your call wall, and you can't get through it. You know, as someone likes to say, it's a pickle. And I got to see, you got to get through that, man. Like you have to get through that. I can't stress this enough. If we take a look at NQ, pardon me. If we take a look at NQ,
US for market movers, Alphabet.
Hold on one second.
Nike, PBF, Sohonos.
Hold on. I gotta turn that off. I signed like an agreement, so I can't have that on. I don't know how the hell I did that. I think it's over. Okay. Sorry. Some of these services I get, I have to sign like stuff that it can't be part of the channel. Anyway. Sorry about that. So if I look at like NQ, and you see how that, like you're setting up here, like you just can't get out of your own way. And here you are. Oh, how I did that. Them internets, they'll get away from you. See, you can't get through your point of control. See where you're at? Look at it. See how you can't get through it? So, pardon me. I think you got to watch that. I think you be real careful there. We drop that down to a 5-minute. If Kevin's in here, Kevin, see if you have any cool loft buildings in New York that I should look at, because I think I'm going to get a loft up there. I'm going to stay in Miami, but I also think I'm going to get a place up there. I know that you're up there. So if you're listening today, just remind me of that. If you know something, just post it or email me. I don't think it gets any cleaner than that, man. I don't think it's any cleaner than that, guys. I really don't. I just don't think it's any cleaner that that's your problem. You know, that's a pickle. It's a pickle. I mean, I just don't know how we go any higher if we don't get rid of it. So, like, do we just rotate, you know? You know what I mean? You've been rotating. Like, if I do this, watch. But wait, make sure I copy this. That's what I mean by foggy. Am I below that? Where am I here? Yeah, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I do. I think that that's stupid to not start. Yeah.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Just give me a second here. Oh. All right, so I like the way that looks, right? I do. I like the way that looks. But I think you have to, like, I think that's a good way to look at the world. I think you have to start really looking at this. So watch this. And I've been showing this chart. I'd watch the strength report I did last night. Any comments that you guys have on that is greatly appreciated. But I think it's a really good idea to show people not only how to inform them, but how to educate them with this so they can see it for themselves. Here's the Russell. And here's where you're at. So you can see that you're above everything. So the question is, does all this, move up or does it move down? It takes a while to turn. But you can see like point of control is no joke, man. Like when you hit it, it's on. So, and that's leading. I don't know. You're above it all now. You're above it all now. And so I think that might be of a problem, not a blessing, but give me a second here. I'm thinking about it. I think I have to start looking at this a little more. I'm long it, but I'm wondering if I'm long enough. I actually think the affordability with what they talked about yesterday for the home builders and getting rid of the, the Blackstones of the world and these guys aren't going to be able to buy houses. And, I watched this guy from UBS on TV today and he was talking about it and he's like, oh, well, it's only 3%. I'm like, okay, it's only 3% in one area across the globe or across the US. But like 3%, like why do you have to compete with like Blackstone to buy a house? Someone's trying to say, oh, well, we have a mortgage. We barely got the 10 grand that we had to scrape together to put it down. Like, when you're just starting out, you know what I mean? When you scrape it together and you go and you try to buy a townhouse and then here comes Blackstone. Oh, we'll pay cash and we'll pay 5% over. Like, okay. This shouldn't be a thing. I don't know why people have such a hard time with that. It's kind of crazy. I'm all for free markets, but like level playing field, man. I don't know what to do with it. I did a trade yesterday on it, but I don't think the rhetoric is going to, I don't think the rhetoric's going to stop. So, this came in, Blue Owl. This one seems to be like the one that they want to beat up on the most, but this came in pretty hard on it. I mean, Open's entire business is buying and selling houses. Like that's supposed to be their thing, right? Buying and selling houses. So I don't know. I mean, I shorted it yesterday. I did quite well with it. The other thing that bothers me a lot that I'm seeing, pardon me, is these reversals. These are no joke. Like these are big reversals. Pardon me. I know it doesn't seem like it, but they are. I saw it yesterday too with like MOH. Like all of a sudden, this stuff just got smoked out of nowhere. And when you start seeing it everywhere like that, like Southern Company and, then MOH and Nike. So I think they might be getting out of these names because they're a little afraid of what tomorrow brings. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them, but you could see that with First Solar yesterday. You knew that was going to be a bad day. So you can see that pretty clear. Right from when it opened, that was pretty much it. You had like a minute to act. A lot of these mergers, they're like the algorithms are just killing it lately. Like they're just destroying their deals. They've got to be losing so much money with this new strategy of theirs where just buy it to infinity. I mean, they have to be. Let's go take a look at the ES. I think we did that already. Let's go take a look at this real quick before I go on my little tangents. I thought we did this already. Right? We did. I don't think there's any reason to think that that's any different. Let's go take a look at this on a 4 hour. soon as you pop out of it. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to it here. Yay, money. Thanks, man. What are your thoughts on annual commodities rebalancing starting today? Should we expect selling the volatility? One, I think you have to understand that the people that are in the commodities know that that's coming. Like they are fully aware that you have some kind of rebalancing coming. I don't have that whole breakdown for you. I don't know that whole breakdown. I could probably pull it up pretty quickly. Let me see if I can grab it. And then I'll tell you what it is. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the breakdown. Let me see if I can get the breakdown on it. So Bloomberg looks like they rebalance between the 8th to the 14th. S&P, they're going to rebalance on the 8th. Yeah, they've already known what they already knew what the rebalancing and the weightings were last November. So all right, here's the numbers. So during this period of time, they're going to have to sell 6 billion gold and 5 billion in silver because of the overweight and the caps. So you're going to get gold and silver that's going to be net sellers. And they're going to buy energy. Brent crude they're going to buy. And they're going to buy coca. Yeah. What's today? Today the 8th? It starts today. Hold on, buddy. Okay, so today's your day, dude. Today's your day. So it's oh, silver's got a real problem today, doesn't it? You're 100% right. You got a problem here. Man, I hate when my brain's not working right. This was a mistake, not understanding this. You're going to get smoked. You have to go from 9 to 4. You have to go from 9 to 4 today. You're dead right on this. I wasn't aware of this. You're 100% right, dude. Yeah, you're gonna get leaned on all day. What's that SCL? Is that it? Yeah, that would have been. Oh, no, I was too busy with the other stuff. Yeah, you're getting cut in half, dude. You're gonna get cut in half on that. It starts today. It starts today. It'll start today. It starts when they come out. It starts today, 100%. And it's going to come from here. So what it does is the two main ones that do it are BCOM. BCOM will start on the 8th and go to the 14th. S&P GSCI will start on the 8th, and it'll be a 5-day rolling period. iShares just hits the bid. Pardon me. iShares just hits the bid. Invesco just hits the bid the same day. So that's probably where the pressure will come. But it starts today, not the end of today. It starts today, this morning. It's probably already started because the commodity opened. You're on a new cycle, right? Makes so much sense now. So I mean, that's when it opened, dude. You have not hit it yet. So or whatever you want to call it, our new day. It's going to be contract day because you're not switching contracts. This new day. Open. So they're going to lean on that all day today, dude. Like all day, hands down. I'll try to get through these fast, but I'm going to have to jump here. I'm way behind. You're going to have pressure today in retail, guys. People are not going to want to take the risk, I don't think, for tomorrow of whether there's tariff on or tariff off. That's what I think you're going to be dealing with. That's my personal opinion of it. That's what I think, but I really do believe that. So tariff on, tariff off, tariff on, tariff off. I think that's what you're going to be dealing with, and I don't think everyone's going to want to take that risk. So just be aware of that. Let's go back to this. So let me just go through this real quick. See how fast I can do this. Good morning. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. And I was actually wondering that this morning. I actually talked about it this morning. Like, man, that is freaking nasty. Like, good Lord, it's nasty. Now it makes so much sense why it's nasty because of the rebalancing. The rebalancing of these things that's huge. When you're up that much, the rebalancing is going to be vicious. So I don't know how ugly it gets, but I agree. I do agree with that. That's going to be a pickle. I'm going to try and get through these fast. XBI, be super careful of there. You've got a lot of games going on there, like a lot in the This RVMD threw everything off yesterday. And, hold on. Paramount reaffirms offer for Warner Brothers. I don't understand how these guys are just going to walk away from a higher bid. It's going to be interesting. Does that play out? So I'd be real careful with the LABU. I shorted it yesterday when it popped up. It just made way more sense. So let me just keep going here. See what else we got here. And we went through that. What's up, John? The tankers, yeah. The one that I'm looking at the most is not TNK. I look at this one. I don't know why I like trading this one so much, but it's the one that I'd rather trade this one. I'm not really sure why I'm partial to that one. I just am. But I don't know. I have to figure that out. Let's see. Google looks fantastic. Tankers I like a lot. I think you have to be really careful going into tomorrow. ACMR looks great. These kinds of charts where you're just breaking out and grinding and grinding and grinding. So, yeah, I definitely wouldn't sleep on those. I'll have to do this super fast, guys. I apologize, but I'm going to have to. AVAR, dude, that thing is so thin. Yeah, I mean, the thing about like UA and all these names, if you don't know which ones, it's like, I just tell people like UFOs breaking out, Jedi, like these things are just they're very easy trades, especially when they're down. So you just wait for them to for the whole thing to come in, and you can see like now you're taking out highs again, and now you got a beautiful cup and handle, and this thing's going to break out. So I think those names can really push here. Yeah, I don't know. Amazon's interesting. Like the question is that the one that's not going to matter? That's in the Mag 7. Like for me, it's like just do Google instead. It just makes more sense. You got a big upgrade today out of Cantor. What's up, Drake? I don't know. Are they a skill or are they just starting? I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like a limiting belief. The tariffs are interesting because I have no idea. Like I don't know. Everyone seems to know more than me that they're going to get upheld. They're going to, I didn't go to law school. I don't have, a lot of experience with the Supreme Court. Everyone on Twitter apparently has way more experience with that stuff than I do. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to say the least. It's cut in half. Like I wasn't on my radar. Yeah, well, they're rebouncing no, it starts today. The rebouncing starts today. I like that name. I think that this makes the most sense out of everything that happened yesterday. When I went through everything, it's like, okay, what's the play? I think that's the play. I think that this was the play. When I really looked at yesterday, I'm like, this is the play. This is the one that makes the most sense. Like, there's nothing to do except this trade. Like I was really thinking about this, like, oh, this is so easy because it's such an easy stop. It like doesn't cost you anything. So if you close below, like if you do this trade and you close below like 780, you just get out of it. Like you're just like, okay, that didn't work. And you're gone. But if you think biotech's going to keep going, you could get 50% on that from here. You were there a year and a half ago. So I do think there's something to that. I do like that name a lot. So it's definitely on the radar. Reach out to me or the concierge, dude, if you don't mind. Like the emails down below, because I'm going to wind up getting a pad up there. Good morning. Yeah, I like working it in that way. You're going to have pressure. CVNA, I can real quick. Oh, crap, man, it's like shit. Sorry. Good luck. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think Google is too. I think Google's a no-brainer. So I think people are finally getting it. Like, oh, you're going a lot higher. Like a lot. Like number one, like biggest company in the world, a lot. So yeah, a lot higher. They're going to have to spin some stuff off. I mean, it's getting to that point. But you're about to hit all-time highs today, and when you do, just buy it and sit with the damn thing. Like, forget you own it. That can move. Like, there's a lot there. And you're trading at a discount to the other Mag 7. Yeah, I'd be careful which ones. What's up, Mon? Meta, I'm not a fan. I don't think it is. You need power. I don't know. There must be some kind of news. There's got to be news on this, but this is infuriating because when these things pull back, you always think you have so much time to let them rebuild, and then you'll get something like this. I certainly wouldn't chase anything unless you're getting unless you just got a buyout offer. Let me just see if you did get something like that, I mean, like, unless you're going to get something like that, like, it doesn't make any sense to ever go after it like that. Surge, AEP fuel share purchase pack. So you're up on that. You got a purchase agreement with the AEP. They're going to buy your power. I mean, that's a lot, man. I don't know. I guess. That agreement will do it. All right, I got to jump, guys. Trade to win. Make good choices.